welcome back to another episode of PA Whiskey Guys. I'm Chris.
I'm Jesse.
And Johnny here.
I'm not going to say it.
We're doing good.
Yeah, right.
So I don't have to ask you guys the question then, right?
No.
All right. Still a fantastic day with the garage door open and the sun out.
Absolutely.
Probably should have drank more of this water.
H2O.
Wow. All right, since we already know how our day's going, we're going to move into episode 60. This is the Frank August Small Batch Rye. Now, I don't know too much about this Frank August. I don't have any of this.
Well, they're relatively new.
Okay.
I got into them through a friend of mine, and I believe it was one of the single barrels. And I mean, I poured me a nice glass, and that was it. I was sold.
Yeah. It is good from this little bit of cheater sip I had.
Yeah, we did the bourbon not that long ago.
Right.
A month ago.
Okay.
Or,
Yep.
I don't know, several episodes ago now, but
Yeah.
I can't remember driving over here, so. The Frank August Small Batch Straight Rye is a premium Kentucky rye. It's bottled at 100 proof and blended in true small batches of just 10 to 15 barrels.
well,
It was released as a core expression in 2025, and it is designed to highlight a sweeter, more approachable rye profile while still delivering structure, spice, and balance. It leans towards caramel, brown sugar, and baking dessert notes, making it an easy recommendation even for drinkers who usually shy away from the rye whiskey.
That's not your problem.
No, I love rye. This is already a thumbs up before even digging into it and trying it, because I saw the little green label up there, and I know that green label means it's a rye. So, unlike those other wannabe ones that put green labels that aren't rye on them, what's wrong with them? So,
Yeah, this one's coming in at 100 proof, a non-age statement, but 4 years plus age on the rye juice in here. And as Chris mentioned, it's a Kentucky straight rye, batch size 10 to 15 barrels. A little bit of the history on Frank August. So these guys, they came into the scene in 2022, and they're focused more on a modern day philosophy, creating their blends or, their whiskeys. The rye here became their flagship rye in 2025. As we mentioned, it is a newer release. It is produced and aged in Kentucky, sourced carefully, and blended to maintain a consistent house style. So ready to get into the nose on this a little bit.
oh yeah, let's dig in.
And naturally, we've kind of did a little
I've been
pre-tasting here.
I'd love to know who puts some of these things out, If Kentucky Straight Rye, it's got to be a big-time distiller down there.
Yeah, and I think we've looked into this too, like trying to find out who,
We did talk about it last time, and I didn't do that much research on it, but I don't know. I'm nosing it as we're talking here, and it's, the baking dessert.
Oh yeah,
reference, that's like spot on. Like,
yeah.
I said originally it was like cotton candy, like right off the bat, like that sugary sweetness of cotton candy, but it kind of faded pretty fast for me, and I do get the typical like bourbon notes in it, which is
right,
which is good. For me it's good. It's very sweet nose.
It is
very sweet.
Yeah, it's not boozy by any means on the nose.
It's got like a little funk to it, like a bad word, I guess, to use, but
it's got
That's
that.
exactly what I know. It was a weird.
Yeah, it's got that rye barnyard type of funk to it.
almost like you get this a lot. I'm kind of leaning towards like an apple, like an apple.
With the rind of it.
This is gonna sound bad. Like an apple that's kind of like sitting on the ground in an orchard, like almost the point of like rotting away,
breaking down. Yeah,
it's like breaking down. Like I mean, it's kind of like
a good way to put it. Yeah.
If it's like been sitting for a while and it's
mushy apple.
Yeah,
a mushy apple.
Yeah.
A mushy apple. It's definitely
Yep, I get exactly what you're saying with that. Because it's that fermented funk.
Yeah.
You know.
Yep.
It's like you're still smelling the
But
fermentation
I'm still getting the
process.
sweetness there too, though. Like the bakery,
Right.
Like walking to a bakery and it, not bread, but definitely like pastries and desserts and stuff like that.
Not really, looking at our notes here to compare what we're experiencing here. I'm not getting any citrus type of nose or notes on the nose. But yeah, as you guys mentioned,
I'm definitely getting like apple peel in it now. It's kind of like a little bit of ethanol on the very, very back end of the nose.
Okay, are you? Yeah.
A little bit, but it's like it's blended very well with like an apple peel,
Yeah.
I'm going to say not Granny Smith apple, but the other green one. That's a little sweeter. Not that, not that bitterness of the Granny Smith.
Honeycrisp.
That's what I get on the
no
palate.
idea.
Golden Delicious.
Golden Delicious.
That's the one I'm thinking of.
That's what I get on the palate is that green apple. But like when you get closer to the core of the apple.
Yeah.
Usually I associate it with the rind, but this is like if you're biting real close to the core.
Oh,
of
yeah,
it,
you take, right, yeah.
a little bit more bitter on it.
And naturally, I got a little rambunctious there. I'm already into my first sip, so. Well,
me
I
too.
think we all are.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I just took a sip. It's sweet it's sweet as soon as you get it. I'm getting, almost like caramel apple vibes.
Yeah, oh yeah. And for a rye, definitely
I couldn't be
not
able
of
to.
that like sharp, distinct rye profile.
Other than the little bit of spiciness there,
Right.
and I can, on a bourbon you can get pepper, black pepper and stuff. I wouldn't be able to tell it. I couldn't tell you this is a rye.
And I think,
If I had to guess, this is probably a 51% rye.
yeah, lower.
That's my guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
It has to be because it's like it's too sweet to almost be a rye.
Which, I mean, getting back to, when we were breaking into the history of this release from these guys, I mean, it's a very approachable rye. I mean, it's not like, for guys that are, shy away from ryes. I mean, when you take the first sip of this, you're not getting punched with that typical rye profile.
No, and I usually get the sweetness on ryes anyway. I mean, even the 95.5s, that what was that? The Bardstown. Even that one to me is just sweet, man.
Yeah.
That's just so. A lot of people will pick up on the spice of a rye. I don't ever really get too much spice out of it. I always get sweetness.
Right.
And I'm telling you that after still pairing it with this cigar with this is.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's eliminated that spice out of it too.
Right. Yes.
Where I could pick up a little pepper in it. Like you said, it's really, really light on the pepper, and it's more sweet. Sweet forward on this.
It is. It's definitely approachable for someone that didn't have rye, that doesn't like rye or it's never had one, I should say.
Yeah, this would be a great step.
Yeah, in a blind, I would call this a bourbon.
Oh, okay.
If it was blind,
Okay, yeah.
I would probably call it a bourbon.
I'd be interested to try that because I don't know if I'd be able to pick that out. I don't know if I would.
Especially with this
And
one.
it's apple all day long on the nose. For me now.
Oh, okay.
And I don't get it as much sometimes as like you guys do, especially you.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get it as much, but today I am.
I always feel like if something's sweet, it's an apple. I don't know why.
Yeah, right.
I don't know if that's just what my brain goes to.
Right, yeah.
Like something
Yeah,
sweet,
your
apple
perception of,
juice,
yeah.
whatever, you know what I mean? But it's...
I mean, definitely getting, that graham cracker type of flavor with with some spice on it.
Okay.
I don't know if it's the cigar that I have. I'm getting like burnt. Something
Okay.
burnt. Like
Yeah. That's from the wrapper on that.
yeah.
Yeah, that's Habano 2000 on there, so that's going to have like a peppery, toasty, woody notes.
Yeah,
which is where
I'm
you're
not
getting that charry type of profile.
Okay, so char is a better word. I'm getting I'm not getting pepper. I'm not getting any spice from it from either or. But it's definitely like charred. Charred's
Okay.
like if you that's a good word.
Yeah.
Charred. I mean it tastes it's good. I mean
good compliment.
it's good combo
good
for
pairing,
sure.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you. The nose has just stayed sweet. Like that definitely hasn't gone away.
Very smooth though. I mean, this goes down fairly easy. I'll leave it at that.
That's not because you had anything else today.
No. Sipping moderately today.
That's it. As long as it's done in moderation.
Yeah, I like it. I mean,
Absolutely.
For everybody that's tuning in, unfortunately in Pennsylvania here, we haven't had anything from Frank August hit the shelves. Maybe someday, one day, we'll see some stuff from these guys here in PA.
definitely don't see anybody
No.
talking about it online either, honestly.
Now these guys, they do keep a pretty low profile. I mean, they have won some pretty good awards, some recognitions.
Yeah.
I mean, they have some other releases that they do. They have a single barrel, and then I think is it the experimental series, where they have the other blends, the winter wheat, there was, or winter rye. There's a few different ones. I forgot how many. There's a series 6 that just came out.
If I had to guess that these guys are, like you said, laying low because they're probably putting down their own juice.
Yeah.
And they're sourcing now to get their name
Right.
out there, and they're probably
Where are they?
in. I don't know. I think we talked about that last time. We don't
These
know.
guys, I believe, are in Kentucky.
They're in Kentucky.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I don't know much. I don't know anything about them because I don't see it. I only typically gravitate towards things I see in videos or hear about and listening and stuff like that. And we don't have it here, like you said.
Yeah, most of the presence, on social media that I've seen from Frank August is on Instagram. And I think you picked this bottle up for me, Chris. Yeah, this was
When I was
Maryland, right?
when I was over the border there.
Yeah, this one was where, out of Saubles?
Yes. Yeah.
Which, if anybody that's tuning in, take
Awesome
the drive.
selection. Awesome
You won't be
selection.
disappointed.
No, not at all.
I need to get out more.
Yeah. Yeah, it was literally right over the border, so
Right, Whiteford, Maryland.
yeah. So if they call that bootlegging,
As long as it's under a case.
Under a case.
well then I was good. But no, this would probably be good too, mixed in with like an old fashioned.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
I can imagine. Yeah, I mean,
And I gotta say, it's tough for me to take a good juice and mix it. I gotta say, I don't do it. I'll do certain certain bourbons, whiskeys in an old fashioned, but usually they're ones that are just very common. Good juice, and I don't feel bad about blending.
I've
them in.
done Woodford Double Oak.
Okay,
Did ya?
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Was it good?
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, it was actually too sweet, to be honest, for me.
So you probably wouldn't have to add too much syrup.
Yeah,
to it.
I made them like I normally make them or whatever. I just had to try it because it's good, but
Yeah, usually I'll use Maker's Cash Drink for my old fashions, just because to drink that on its own is dragster fuel.
I was to say, I think the only cast strength I remember is that French oak.
that's a good one.
Yeah, that's a good one from those guys.
Well, yeah, with this one too, I think you'd be on the same. You don't want to add too much sugar to this if you make that old fashioned.
No, yeah, it's definitely sweet up front. I mean,
Oh, definitely.
I think it's, if I had to guess, it's 51%. That's my guess.
Yeah.
Because it's got too much sweetness to be a rye kind of,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, you don't get that sharp rye profile as soon as it hits your palate.
yeah, it's really sweet up front.
Right, yeah.
And I think ryes, we've had some that have been sweet, but not as sweet as this.
Right,
This is sugary sweet kind of,
Yeah.
like confectioner sugar, not candy sweet, not like milk chocolate sweet or, like that. But
Right. Well, this goes down pretty easy too. I mean, it's this could get you into trouble. And what's nice about this, spring's coming, summer will be here sooner than later.
as you can
even
hear
in the hotter.
as you hear the motorcycles in the background driving up and down the road.
Like they didn't even get the salt off the road, man. Relax.
Yeah,
No, I wouldn't be out there with them. Nope.
Nah.
sorry for the listeners.
Yeah, as we mentioned, any background noise, we apologize. The garage door's open in the studio today.
Yeah, this is a good one. This is definitely a rye that, if you're a beginner, you're just jumping into ryes, it's definitely a must try.
Yeah, we'll have to try to feature some more offerings from these guys down the road.
I'm gonna do a rye blind. Like that's something
Yeah,
that we should have on the radar.
We should.
Keep the proof somewhere in the same range, but
Yeah.
definitely do a rye blind. You know.
But I mean, we've found out before though that the proofs didn't matter in our blinds.
No,
You know, I
no.
mean,
But if you knew what the proof was of what you're drinking, it might sway your opinion.
let's do it. Let's do the double blind.
Double blind, true double blind.
Let's pull up together like 10 bottles and then have whoever's gonna pour them for
Yeah,
us.
if we had
pick what
if we had
bottles.
like if there was another person, like if like four of us,
Yeah.
each bring a bottle and not show anybody else what it is,
Yeah.
and see what you think. That's a good way of doing it.
Or
At
just-
least you would know what you potentially, and you probably wouldn't know what you brought. You wouldn't know by taste, unless it was something crazy or whatever. But
But I mean, we have enough between us that even if
ryes I don't
Allie
have.
were to pour them,
Yeah, ryes I don't have. I don't have a whole lot of ryes, and I mean the ryes I have, like you guys pretty much typically have. I haven't really been buying too many.
Yeah, the one I'm curious to get into, which I've had before, Ponfay, I believe they're Somerset County, PA.
Yeah, did we try that? Did I try that somewhere?
Yes, we had the pump. We have that here.
Do you have it?
No, I don't have it. I've had it from
Oh,
I swear we tried
somebody
it.
else. Yeah.
that name is familiar. Pump.
Oh, I think Mitch has it.
Oh, I didn't.
Our
have
buddy Mitch.
Okay.
I think I tried it with him.
Okay,
He's
Maybe
got
I
a
just
bottle of
heard
it.
But yeah, we'll have to look into that down the road for a future episode.
Yeah,
Definitely.
Yeah, we'll get together and blind one of those. But
Yeah, I mean, this is a good pairing. I mean, especially with, we're all smoking different blends today. So anybody that's tuning in that's into, premium cigars, try this out with, some of the fuller bodied blends out there.
yeah,
So,
definitely.
nice pairing experience.
All right. Well, I'm going to give this another 2 thumbs, 2 toes, and if I ever grew other appendages, I would put those up as well.
Well, it's all right. You wouldn't have it any other way.
Yeah, I like this one too.
Exactly.
It's,
Yeah, very good.
yeah, it is.
But for those listening, like and subscribe. We'll start up a conversation with us. Let's get this going. Tell us what kind of ryes you like.
Yeah.
What else should I add to the list? But I'm Chris,
I'm Jesse.
And Johnny here.
and we'll catch you with your cork out.